Dejon Paul. You're watching the Daily Podcast. I'm here with my lovely co-host, Briana. And the extremely talented trailblazing MC, Cassey Veggies. Let's make some noise. Love. First episode of the new and improved A Daily Podcast.
Yes, sir. Congrats.
Yes, it has been a minute. Thank you. We haven't done this since all the report card drama. And it has been a lot of report card drama, so we're going to get into that in a moment. But first, let's start with just maybe a background of A Day in Late for the people.
Yeah.
So
get into it.
Yeah, we started in about 2018. I posted a list, my 25 greatest LA rappers of all time list. And I posted it in the fall, and it just went viral. I wish I still had that page. It went viral. People was cussing me out about who I had in the top 5, top 10, and whatnot. I had Diamond like 11. People like, that's way too high. People was talking mad shit, so that was that. And just from there, it just became memes and lists. But it wasn't until the following year that we started the magazine. And we had AZ Chike on the cover. And that was like maybe my first LA rapper. No, Yo-Yo was my first LA rapper interview. But AZ Chike was my first new LA rapper interview. So that's how we started getting into the interview game. Wow. Right. And then the podcast.
Get to the good stuff.
Not the good
I was
stuff.
supposed to be your first cover. It didn't work out.
No, you're supposed to be my first spring covers. I love how you like to bring up old shit. Cassey was supposed to be on the spring cover for like 2020 or something like that. It was going to be such a dope shoot. But we don't have to raise my blood pressure. Yes.
What's new?
I beef with everybody though. So
I said, what's new?
Cool. I saw this nigga at like a Beano listening party, right? That's what it was, the Beano release party. Yep.
Hollywood,
And you just start laughing. You saw me and just started laughing. I was just like, okay, Cassey. But
funny, man.
Yeah, the first podcast with Briana and some other people, it was cool. But this is the new and improved A Day in Late podcast. Like,
Yes.
we got real equipment, real set. We was doing that at the crib. Like,
Yeah.
this is new and improved.
Very.
So I'm happy to be here and just post report card and able to talk about everything with you guys. How's it been with you? Because I know you've been. What have you been up to these past 2 years?
I've been being a mom.
Okay.
I had a baby. I had to take a little hiatus.
That's true.
But now I'm back.
Okay. Tell them about Dudes by Bree. Definitely.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
The business. We know your mother, but
Yeah.
you're also an entrepreneur.
Yes, I am. I run a hair business, Dudes by Bree, on all platforms. I don't wash hair like y'all saw on Twitter, so please don't ask.
That video went viral. That video did go viral. You
I only did that a couple of times, but for one person. So
Okay, that's very intimate. It was very steamy, and it'll be up on the screen
how many people hit me up? Like, how much extra for that?
for the kisses and the rubs, the exotic massage.
Yeah, how much extra if for you to kiss me like
so
that?
you said a Dudes by Bree OnlyFans coming soon.
Somebody told me, like, drop the content right now.
I saw that. That wasn't from my fake page either. That was a real page. That Twitter thing.
I said I don't have no content. I'm sorry. Somebody said I know they be fucking good. Excuse me.
That weed over there, man.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
That was very crazy.
But yeah, let's start with a tweet of the week, a warm up. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Tweet of the week was, let me pull it up. It was very interesting. It was about student loan forgiveness.
Yeah, it said we filled out those student loan forgiveness applications for no reason.
Yes, boy, we filled out that student loan forgiveness application for no reason. No reason, all caps. God is my witness. That shit's still on my credit report.
I cannot.
It's the only thing on my credit report is my two student loans.
I can't say that. Mine was definitely forgiven.
What did you have to do? I almost asked a different way. But what did you have to do to get that clear?
I filled out the application the way everybody else did.
You was sitting Joe Biden videos, wasn't you? Hidden videos.
I can't say. Listen, I don't want them back on my credit, so I don't need to disclose all of that. But just know that they gone.
Okay. Yeah, so
Pay them full.
I'm not paying them back. I didn't finish college, so I don't plan on paying back my student loans. They just gonna sit there. Like
I finished, but I wasn't. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Right.
I knew Joe would take care of it. We did it, Joe.
Yeah, he's falling. Joe is falling. Anywho, let's get to Dear Bree Bree. Who wrote you a letter this week?
Oh, her name is Amber. Let's see, Amber. So Amber lives in LA. Apparently there's a lot of shady females in LA. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But she said it's regular at this point. Tell me why my homegirl started seeing my ex. I guess they both work at the airport or whatever and started spending time together. When I confronted the bitch, she said that I shouldn't
She's not
trip.
right, bitch.
She wrote bitch. It wasn't in caps, so yeah. All in all, the friend said that she shouldn't trip because one, they dated over 10 years ago. The friend has a point. And they didn't date for a long period of time. Another point. And that they've been knowing each other since they was in high school. So she feels like because she know her dating history that she shouldn't talk to one of her exes. But her friend says she shouldn't really care because she got a man, a house, and kids now. Am I wrong for still wanting to end the friendship? You want to end the friendship? I just feel like no matter how long ago we dated or if I live with my man and have a family now, friends don't date friends' exes, period. Let me know what you think. Well,
That's some real LA shit.
is it?
It sounds very LA to me.
I've never dealt with nothing like that. I don't know. But I think your friend has this is the difference. You said homegirls, not friends. So if y'all homegirls, why do it really matter? If that's your friend, then that's different. But being that you said that y'all was homegirls, you dated this person over 10 years ago for a small period of time, why do it really matter if you moved on? I don't know. I don't understand. Somebody's dating somebody's ex.
You don't have any words of consolation to this woman. She wrote you a letter. Dear Bree, help me the fuck out.
Listen, I'm helping you out.
Tough love?
Let it go. It's not that serious. It's
Her
an
friend
ex.
is fucking on her ex. Just because she has a man and a baby at home.
That means,
doesn't
listen,
she
you
still
need to be
doesn't have
focused on
feelings.
that man and that baby that's at home, girl. Don't be messing up your happy home because of what these you're a home girl, not your friend. There's a difference between a home girl. I need y'all to know this, ladies. There's a difference between a home girl and a friend. Everybody's not your friend. So if this is your home girl, then it shouldn't really matter. Now, if this is your friend, then that's different. But clearly y'all not friends because, yeah, me and my friends don't do that.
Well, make sure you guys write your letters to Dear Bree.
Yeah, for some raw, honest. I'm gonna give
tough.
tough.
Obviously tough.
Some people need tough love. Okay, I'm not gonna babysit y'all. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Well, we have that in common. So that's
yeah.
dope.
You ask me, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
There it is.
Now, straight shooter. Yeah. If you want your feelings consoled and your head rubbed, and you want me to rub you on your back and tell you it's gonna be okay, don't.
That might have been what she needed, though. She sounded distraught, Bree.
Well, I hope that now she knows that I'm not that person. I'm gonna tell y'all what it is and what it ain't. It's too many men out here to be falling out with friends about this.
Well, she got a man at home.
Exactly, Shantae.
We took a point of game out of this. All right, let's get to the icebreaker for Cassey. I try to ask every rapper from Los Angeles that I get the honor and pleasure of interviewing this question. Give me your top 5 favorite Los Angeles County rappers of all time.
Emphasis on county.
Los Angeles County.
Yeah, not just the city, because we're all Inglewood natives here, right?
Wrong.
No, we are Sentinels though. We are alumni.
This is very
all
true.
Sentinels. Thank
Yes.
Man, we got a lot of dope ass talent that it came from the West. So, it's definitely gonna be hard to put it, pick a top 5, but
No order, just 5 favorites.
Throw 'em
just
out there.
I'll say, Snoop, soft originality, just swag, charisma. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar,
All right.
it's a wizard with words. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
Very true.
Nipsey,
Off top.
yeah, just all around, just legend. Who else we got, man? It's a lot of crazy shit to I can name. A lot
Got
of
2
crazy
left.
artists I can name. But damn, who else we got? I don't know.
Got 2 more.
I'm gonna throw my brother in there, Dom Kennedy.
Okay.
All
Throw
right.
my brother in there, just off what he did independently.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just special.
Last one.
Last one, just for like what he did for the West in the new age, and just like bridging them gaps. I'm gonna go with my brother YG.
I knew you was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
give him
that.
some flowers. I'm gonna give my dog some flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
bro went crazy and definitely put on for the new generation on the West Side. So I just kind of like gave a little bit of old school, a little bit of new school, a little bit of, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool. Top 5 solid. That was YG, Dom, Nipsey, Snoop, and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
That's like the golden era,
Era.
basically.
Yeah.
Which is your era to me. But
There's a few like I could really honestly. I mean, we talk about rappers. I was gonna start naming like a Nate Dogg or like
He's a
he
rapper,
one
rap
of my
singer.
favorites, like favorite artists, like coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's a couple artists I was on like Chronic 2001. That's raw too. Like
Okay.
like Hitman.
Hitman, right,
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like we want to really start naming
Yeah,
shit.
King
like,
T, people like that for sure.
Shit, we got a lot of dope people. Corrupt, man. He hard as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Unc go crazy. Man, we got a lot of dope talent.
All right, babe. Well, let's start from the beginning. How did you first get into rap? How did you first get into music?
I would say I was like 13 years old, 13, 14, and I got into Kanye West. Like Kanye West was like one of the first rappers I was like, damn, this nigga dope. Like I was listening to shit on the radio and like kind of get into music a little bit, but like, cause really I was a hooper. Like I was playing basketball, into sports, like all the way from when I was like 5 years old, all the way up. But when I was like 12, 13, I got into like skateboarding and like streetwear fashion, and then, you know, like rappers came out like Kanye West, Lupe Fiasco started to come out shortly after that. And then my sister took me to a Glow in the Dark tour. It was Kanye West, NERD, Lupe Fiasco.
Okay.
I think Briana was there. She came out, but like that concert alone kind of like super inspired me to the next level. Like seeing it firsthand, you know what I'm saying? But like just really Kanye West, college dropout, late registration. Them type of albums, and then I get into like being in high school, learning about like Ninth Wonder, Jay Dilla, Nas, Illmatic, like them type of albums, and them type of artists like kind of like inspired me to really take it there. Also, Pharrell Williams, Bape, you know what I'm saying? How he did Billionaire Boys Club, Bape. That's kind of like where I got the inspiration to do my clothing line, Peas and Carrots. So
Right, I see that
it was
too.
kind of like a whole. Like just getting into skateboarding and streetwear, like that shit was just like a breath of fresh air for me.
Okay.
And like when backpack rap first came out, so it was like hip hop backpack rap. Wasn't necessarily gangster rap, but it was like on some like the cool kids, like kind of like the nerds, but the nerds / cool kids.
Do
like,
you
on some
call that
different shit.
alternative, or what word did
I mean,
you,
it's
if
really
you had to put a
called
label
backpack.
on it?
Like that, it was called backpack. And Kanye West was the first backpack rapper. You feel
okay.
me? Like one of the first that put it on the map. You feel me? And that was like something I took a liking to. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. Braggadocious, like fly ass hip hop, like lyrical hip hop.
But smart, definitely smart.
Yeah,
Okay.
Third Eye Open type shit, like Talib Kweli, Mos
sure.
Def. Like them type of artists was like, I was young learning about them, just like, yeah, I gotta take it to that level. But Nas Illmatic is the album that inspired my album Sleeping in Class.
I remember that.
Came out in 2010. I was in 10th grade at Inglewood High when I put that out.
And you shot that in Mr.
Yes, D Smoke.
Mr. Ferris.
Mr. Ferris, D Smoke. Yeah, I shot that in bro class. It was a special time, you know what I'm saying? So
The rollout for that, not to cut you off, but the rollout for that was just impressionable. It left an impression on me to this day. I remember, and I compare a lot of newer artists from LA rollout or lack thereof to that, because I saw what you was able to do with what you had. Wasn't no super huge big budget behind it.
it's like a concept.
You were just using your mind. You were
I had
just
good
using your brain
concepts,
to
yeah.
execute a great rollout.
And like all my concepts really was like how I was feeling at that time.
Right.
Like that's why back then artists used to drop one or two projects a year.
Yep.
It wasn't like niggas was dropping 4 or 5,
Flood.
6.
Mhm.
It
That was enough
you
'cause
could
it was
do that,
quality.
but it wasn't really the thing to do.
No,
You feel
nobody
me?
notable.
It was quality over quantity for real. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So every project was like a moment, or like, you know what I'm saying? I really like how you been feeling that last 6 months. Like,
Yeah.
like get that off your chest. So that's how it kind of was. Like, you know what I'm saying? But just to make a long story short, just like them artists like Ye and like all that music coming out and like just going back listening to Illmatic and like really learning what I wanted to do, like what I wanted to do it for. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had a real like a lot of artistic integrity like at a young age. Like I'm kind of amazed by like some of the like shit I was on as a youngin'. Like I had a lot of discipline.
Right.
Musically, like you feel me? Like sometimes I be losing that discipline like as I get older, but the discipline I had as a youngin', like to like stick to what I was on and like just stick to that sound and like to be different, like dare to be different than everybody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it wasn't on no, like when I came out, everybody was on gangster rap, like, or like, you know what I'm saying?
For
It
the
was
most
kind of
part,
like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It was hard to like break through LA without
Being a gang
affiliated
member,
or like
yeah.
being some type of way affiliated or like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I grew up around this shit, but I was able to just be me, be myself. So that's one of the things like I'm blessed about like in the game, like, you know what I'm saying, to be able to like represent myself just by being myself. Cause a lot of artists gotta like put up these, you know what I'm saying, these stigmas and personas and shit like that. Yeah.
No, Cassey Veggies is. So you're saying Cassey Veggies is very close to who Casey Jones is. It's
To the
very,
real, yeah, who you see, to the name you see when you Google me.
Okay.
On my Wikipedia. But nah, he just grew up in LA, just down to earth, just you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not taught to be like, I don't know how to be famous or act famous. Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? I can be, you know, I know what it come with or what the game is based on, but I'm just too down to earth or like, I don't know. Like sometimes people will tell me like, you too humble for your own good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a gift and a curse to being too humble. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Yeah. So, how did you get signed to Roc Nation? I believe there was some type of connection between your father and Jay-Z.
Yeah, my dad actually, he bodyguarded for like Roc Nation, like Jay-Z, Dame Dash. He actually bodyguarded
Queen
for
Latifah.
Suge Knight. Yeah, probably Queen Latifah was on his roster. But he worked for a lot of like artists at that time, like doing like little security work. But that was like years before, you know what I'm saying? But my pops actually, he in the Girls video with Jay-Z.
Okay.
Oh.
He was
Okay.
working with Dame that day when they shot the Girls video. So toward the end, you're going to see my pops walking out from the backstage area. It's crazy. Like, you got to check it out. But later down the line, I'm in high school. I meet this dude by the name of Rich Kleiman. He was working closely with Jay-Z. He still does. He does Roc Nation Sports. And now he's like Kevin Durant's like one of his main managers pretty much. Like he does Kevin Durant. So he been working with him for like 5 to 10 years pretty much, like probably 8 years. But he gave me a call one day. It was like, man, like, you know, Jay-Z kind of like he want to meet you. Like, you know what I'm saying? He in New York working on this. He was working on Watch the Throne with Kanye. And I had been dropping projects like Sleeping in Class. I dropped, I think I did CZ3.
Okay.
And I was kind of catching like a wave on the internet, and people was starting
Blog
to like,
era.
yeah,
Just for
people would
everybody
start
to
like
know.
that. Shit was
Contextually,
serious.
blog era was
It
your domain.
It was a
though.
real thing because like people was really reaching out, like real big deals, calling my phone like out of nowhere.
Right.
Like I remember the day Rich called me, like, yeah, Jay want to meet you. Like Roc Nation actually booked my flight. Like I'm in 12th grade at Inglewood High.
Yeah.
Roc Nation booked my flight. I go to New York for like 2 days.
Yeah, I remember.
I meet Jay-Z at the Mercer Hotel.
Okay.
And we just chopped it up. He played me some music. He played me No Church in the Wild, the song that Frank Ocean on. He played me like Otis. He played me a rough version of Otis. I was like, damn, this shit crazy. Like, he just giving me a preview of the project. And he asked me to play him some music. I played him 2 songs off Hear Me Screaming.
Okay.
I mean 2 songs off Sleeping in Class. I played him Hear Me Screaming and this other track off Sleeping in Class. Hear Me Screaming, he was loving that shit. Like, he was like, damn, like, he had heard one of my bars, he stopped it. He was like, damn, like, that bar about your grandma was crazy. Like, he like, that was deep. I'm like, I'm sitting here like in awe, like,
Just to be there.
down my lyrics, like,
That's crazy.
like, bro, chopping it up with me regular, like, humble about my music and shit, like, and he like, yeah, you dope. And then I played him this song I got, I Be Over Shit, that Hit Boy
I remember
produced.
that,
Yeah, Hit Boy made that beat. So I played him that, when the song come off, he like, I be over shit. I be over shit. Like he started reciting that shit. I was like, that's crazy.
That's his type of song.
Yeah, he was rocking with it. Like, you feel me? I'm like, he
should have hopped on that.
He was with Mike Dean. That's when I met Mike Dean.
Oh, okay.
You know who Mike Dean is? Yeah, so that day he was in the lab with Mike Dean. Mike Dean was crazy. Like, he was a real nice dude, but I could just tell this dude a rock star. Like, he jumping around the room and I'm like, who is this dude? I had to do my research. Like this Mike Dean, he did a lot of UGK shit back in the day. And now he do, you know what I'm saying, Kanye, Jay-Z. He did a lot of shit for Travis back in the day too, like a few years back. Okay. But yeah, man, I'm just rubbing shoulders around these legends and just like, what's going on? Like, you know, I'm just a kid from Inglewood. I just had class yesterday.
Now you're
high, and now I'm over here, you know what I'm saying? So that shit was like a surreal moment. And then at the end of the meeting, he was just like, yeah, bro, like you know what I'm saying, let's put something together. Like, I'm rocking with you. So I'm like, for sure, like let's figure it out. I fly back to LA, go to school probably the next day. You feel me? I'm still working, like just pushing pushing the envelope. And then Mac Miller tapped in with me right after that. Like I was already kind of building with Mac. I think I had already did like either it was before that or after I did 2 weeks on tour with Mac Miller.
Okay.
I left. I don't know if you remember because you was at Inglewood too. But I left school for like 2 weeks to go on a West Coast tour with Mac Miller.
Okay.
So that was
I remember when you left for South by. I don't remember when you did.
Yeah, I left for the Mac Miller tour.
Okay.
It was a crazy little West Coast run. It was like 8 cities. So I left, came back, and that tour went crazy. Me and Mac Miller, we recorded the song called "Can I Live." Okay. It's on the Sleep in the Class
Deluxe edition. Yep.
We recorded that song at the end of that tour in the hotel.
Okay.
So all that shit was just special. It was I didn't even realize what I was doing, but it was like I was really creating some like legendary shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the tour, Mac was like, man, that shit went crazy. You was killing that shit. He like, I want to bring you on another tour. And he like, I'm gonna bring you on another tour. But I'm thinking like you ain't gonna call me again for the tour. You feel me? So I graduated Inglewood, and I was gonna go to college. I applied for like 3 colleges, like trying to see what I was gonna do. Then Mac called me like, bro, like I want to bring you on a tour, the Blue Slide Park tour.
Yep.
It was 66 shows around the whole U.S.
Okay.
So it was 3 months long. We had a show every other day. Like it was literally no time off. Like it was one of the probably the hardest tours I ever did. Like in my career, like when it come to this like the grind aspect of the tour, like you know what I'm saying, just running around city to city, barely getting rest. 9-hour drives, like you feel me? It's fun, but it showed me like my first, like when I graduated Inglewood High, I jumped straight into it, like you know what I'm saying? Like I jumped straight in, like no time to like think what I wanted to do, like you know what I'm saying? It was like nah, like nigga, it's time to go. Like this what you wanted, right? So
it was your moment though, because everything was lining up. I remember when you had MTV News pull up, to the school, like just things like that. I knew it was go time for you. Off rip.
Yeah.
How did you, because you ended up going label-wise, you ended up going with Epic Records, correct?
Yeah.
How did that situation come about?
Yeah, so like another example of like the blog era, you know what I'm saying? And like just the power of like the blogs at that time and like what was going on the internet. But I had dropped this project called CG3, Customized Grady 3. That project was special. I had Janae Aiko singing on there, like the music, like my musicality just like went through the roof. Like I was linking with the producers, I was linking with the engineers. I was working with my boy Eric Manco. He actually got hired by Future later down the line. Like my engineer I brought to LA ended up getting hired by Future, but he the engineer that helped me create Sleeping in Class, CG3, Life Changes. Like I mean, he was behind that sound that I was creating. So so basically we did that project, special sound, special music.
Okay.
After it dropped on the internet, I'm like in 11th grade at the time. I think I forgot what I was doing, just on the weekend or something. I forgot where I was at. I get a random phone call, bro. I answer the phone. It's this woman talking on the line. I hear a woman's voice talking like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like blah blah blah. The lady that called me is Sylvia Rome, bro. Like she like one of the biggest executives in the game, like the biggest black African American women, female executives ever.
Right.
Like she discovered like some of the greats, like, you know what I'm saying, like Erykah Badu, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
A lot of greats, like, you know, so I can't even go down the list. Like, we can go on Google, look at her track record, but like, she the president of Epic right now. Like, she like the top of Epic right now. But at the time, she had her own label. L.A. Reid was the president at the time. I signed in 2013.
Okay.
2013, 2014.
You and Teeflii was up there around the same time.
Yep.
Okay.
Like 2012, 2013, right after I graduated.
Okay.
So it took like 2 years to drop the album. The album didn't drop till 2015.
No, what was the hold up?
But like she called me, you feel me? She was like, man, I heard this project, it was incredible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm rock, I love what you're doing. I wanna, you know what I'm saying? I wanna sit down with you, blah, blah, blah. So this is the first time I was like, damn, I got labels like
Yeah.
recording.
Oh, that was the
like,
first
you know what
label
I'm
to
saying?
call you.
I mean, that was one of the first ones.
Okay.
Like, and basically she had her own imprint. What I was gonna tell you, she had her own label called Vested in Culture.
Oh.
It was through Epic Records.
I didn't know that.
It wasn't directly to Epic Records. I signed to Vested in Culture, which was Sylvia's imprint
Okay.
inside of Epic Records.
All right.
So L.A. Reid and the big dogs over there, they gave her own label at the time.
Okay.
So that's where my first album came out through.
Okay.
So she gave me the opportunity, big budget, like life-changing experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
flying around the world doing music, going to Atlanta,
Yeah.
working with Mike. I worked with Mike Dean, the producer of Lollipop. I tell people that all the time. I worked with him. We did like 3-4 songs. None of the songs made the album. But we spent probably like 30,000, 40,000 doing this shit.
Just recording.
Just recording.
Okay.
Like 20 bands flying to Miami, booking the rooms, booking the studio.
Perks of being signed to a label.
But like it's a gift and a curse. It's like, damn, you spend all that money, you don't even use the songs for the album. It's kind of like
could have put that into promo.
into something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? But shit like that is what
Live and
go
you
on.
learn, though.
Yeah, for real. So you can't, you know, the budget will get fluffed up, you know, and get
For
spent
sure.
on accident. But certain things, like basically I was saying, she gave me the big budget. Like, she wrote the red carpet out for me for sure.
That's dope.
And then from there, I was working, just finding my sound, just recording, doing a lot of stuff. I was already kind of moving on my own, so you know we was doing shows and dropping little stuff. Actually, what happened was that's when I did Life Changes.
Yep.
So I signed my deal. I was spending my own money to make music, and I thought like I was kind of waiting for the budget or seeing what we was gonna do with the label budget. But in the meantime, I was using my advance to record music, and because I was just into my craft so heavy. You gotta invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? You get a
Very
big check,
true.
you gotta put it back. So when I say I was spending like on Life Changes alone, bro, I spent the label budget.
And that was a mixtape.
And it ended up being a mixtape.
Okay.
It was supposed to, like, I didn't know what it was gonna be, but the label ended up not thinking it was like the album. Like, they ended up thinking, like, you know, they want hits. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
Can I
signed
ask
up
a
major-
question? Did they count it towards your contract as far as your fulfillment? Did they count that mixtape? Because I know they get tricky with that
It was
verbiage.
crazy, but it necessarily it really didn't. Like, that project ended up being, they ended up saying, you can drop it. I ended up dropping that in 2013, I believe.
Around that time.
Yeah, that dropped in 2013. That's so.
And that's with the leafy background, right? It's
Yeah.
like all
I'm trying to
green.
remember the whole timeline. Like, I can't remember. The
You got
full
an illustrious
timeline.
career.
Yeah,
We can
so
go through it.
It was a lot, but you know, so I did that just for the love of the music, for the sake of the music. It really was supposed to be my album. They didn't know how big it was gonna be, but it ended up being a lot bigger than, you know what I'm saying. I even thought, like, being honest, like Life Changes blew up crazy. Like,
Yeah, it's a fan favorite, definitely.
Yeah,
when I
like, I
make
didn't
memes, that's the one that your fans
like I was
go
just
to.
locked in musically, like just trying to like express myself and get shit off my chest. I didn't know how big it could be, but I knew like DJ Quick would come in the studio and I'm working with Mike and Keys. Like, they was called the Futuristics at the time.
At the time,
like,
right, yeah.
Method Man would be coming through the studio. Oh no, Redman would be coming through the studio. Like, you know, Dom would be coming, rubbing energy with us, like just listening to the music we was making. And everybody that was listening to it, they'd be like, damn, like this shit crazy. Like,
Yeah.
like people start vouching for me, like the real OGs out here, and like shit like that. They start really tapping in because, you know, the music was speaking for itself. And
Yeah, it was
they
meaningful
could tell
too.
that it wasn't just like no kid shit. Like, it was like this young nigga, but he really giving it up like for the music. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
and that's how you really get respect out here. So, you know, from there, it just kind of it became something. It just became a whole movement. You know, just coming off from Tyler the Creator, being with Our Future. I wasn't even supposed to really blow up and get my own deal. Like, I wasn't never supposed to get signed. Like I feel like when I left Our Future, people kind of thought like I was just gonna fizzle out. Like,
Not
you know what I
me,
mean?
but yeah, that was a thing. I get what you said, stigma, but not me, because I heard that the Come On record and shit like that. I
She
just
was
knew you
starting to
had
kinda
it
catch
in you
on.
right here.
Yeah, like that's another thing. YG been vouched for me. When
Well,
we
come
did
on,
that
that's
joint,
a
like,
that was
yeah,
my
like,
introduction to
that
you
was-
as a solo
honestly,
artist.
bro, I ain't even thought of that record. And you
Nigga,
just
that shit
brought,
was a
like,
banger. I was
you just brought crazy
in math
memories
class,
back, like,
so mad y'all wouldn't drop a video. I remember
Bro.
it was like a little robot, half you, half
yeah,
human, half
my boy from Our
Cassey.
Future did that cover.
Okay,
Super
yeah.
3, Matt Martians, yeah.
Yeah, that was a
I
banger.
gotta search that on YouTube.
Come
that shit
on,
ain't,
YG.
people can't even find
It's
that
not on
shit.
streaming platforms.
I got
Come on
certain
now.
songs that's like gems. Like I don't even have them no more.
Oh, that's sick.
Like crazy shit. Like I got a couple joints that's like, damn, I gotta find that motherfucker. Like,
Oh, that's a
like it's some
banger.
shit that was hot. Like it was like an underground like gym. Like
Yeah, for sure. You got
like,
a
for
few
real.
of those.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Well, we brought up customized greatly quite a few times. So can you tell us what's one of your favorite songs throughout the series?
That's a good question. I'll say
Because we had like 5 now, right?
Yeah.
Really 5.
I think it's for sure, honestly, like hands down. I fuck with all like the whole vibe of everything I did on all them projects, but Garden on CG3 was probably one of my favorite moments. Like now when I was recording it, it just felt special, like with the horns playing in the back, like the musical vibe of what was going on. And that's one song that I know a lot of my fans like can really like draw the line, like go back to and be like, that was the song that connected me to, bro. Like that's one of the songs that connected people, like connected the dots, like and really explain my story and like
Real
you know what I'm
introspective.
saying? Yeah, like Garden and this song called Nobody as well. Nobody was like I had Janae Aiko in the background. I didn't even feature her on the song, but she was singing backgrounds throughout the song, and it was one of my most like heartfelt, like just like vulnerable verses, like I feel like on Nobody and then Garden.
Okay.
I was like, them 2 moments was like, damn, this nigga. Like I impressed myself with like my pen game, like sitting there writing it. And then when I heard the final product, I was like, damn, like
That's crazy.
yeah, I impressed myself. And that's when I knew, like, damn, like I actually like, I think I got some, like, I got action, like, you know what I'm saying? I got a chance to really be like on a high level with this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think CG3 was like a special moment for me for sure.
Okay, Ben, I want to ask you about, it's a two-part question. One being, let's talk about your biggest record. What's the story behind Backflip? And then I want the story behind your best feature to me, which is not on streaming platforms, Miss It with Bino.
It's on streaming, I think it's on streaming platforms, but it might have got taken down.
Again?
Bino project might have got taken down, but yeah,
Okay.
it's on there. But I think the features wasn't listed on that project.
Oh.
It went platinum on SoundCloud though. That
Okay.
motherfucker went crazy. Like people streamed it a lot for sure though.
Okay, but give me the story behind Backflip and then give me the story behind Miss It.
Backflip was like, it's me looking for "Come On" right now. That song.
Yeah, oh God. Don't
That
bring
shit
that
crazy.
up. That shit was a banger. You don't even know.
Yeah, Backflip. That shit was kind of crazy how that whole thing came. It wasn't even supposed to happen how it happened. It was a song I did like when I was working on the album. I got signed. I was working on a lot of different songs. I probably made like 200 songs recording Live and Grow.
Okay.
On that album, probably made like I maxed out on the songs. I made like probably 150 at least, like just to pick 12.
12
like, you know what I'm
songs.
saying? Like shit crazy for real.
Yeah.
But that's
Gucci
how-
would have dropped all of them.
Right.
a lot of artists
For real.
deal with that, like Thug and all these niggas be doing
Greedo.
2,000 songs for real. Like
Yeah.
that ain't nothing compared. But I know how that feel, like recording that many songs for a project. But like, I was just working, you know what I'm saying, having fun. It was around the time of my 21st birthday actually too, because I remember we premiered it at one of my 21st birthday parties at Sound Nightclub in Hollywood, is where we played it back like 8 times, 10 times.
Okay.
And the whole city was out. I used to throw little parties and like the city was coming out, like the real LA, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a real dope parties and shit when I was in high school and shit. So, but basically shit, was working on songs, trying to figure out, cause you know I came from doing hip hop, like lyrical, like introspective, like that's what Life Changes was on, like a hip hop sound that I feel like my fans like know me for, like that's what got me fans, was doing like the hip hop sound that I'm known for. But then I would do songs like Come On, and I would do songs like
We need a single.
like I'm Right Here back in the day. I'll do, you always have a single.
gotta
like,
have a single.
Even on Customized Greatly, I have like a party song,
Yeah,
like
for
Verified or like, so I always played with it, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like me coming from Odd Future and like working with Mac Miller, working with these lyrical artists, these hip hop artists. It's like a certain, it's a line between like rappers and like
MCs,
artists or like lyricists. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's hard to get respected all the way across the board. You feel me? Only certain artists can.
Well, that's the GOATs to me, the people that do
that
it all.
can get
That's a
respected
GOAT.
all the way. Like a Drake or like a, you know, K-Dot. But I say Drake because he was able to do pop songs. He was able to do radio songs.
Lady records.
And actually do West Coast songs. And able to do hip hop, like real dope ass hip hop that Jay Dilla would love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got to be able to do shit for be versatile. That's the word. Yeah. That's the word my dad always taught me when I was younger, being versatile, like versatility. Like, that's one thing my pops taught me. Like, so I always loved all type of music, and I feel like I'm one of the most versatile artists on the West Coast, like in LA, that can kind of do like everything, like hip hop, or like do some ratchet shit, or I can do like, you know, something.
Have you had that? Here I go. Have you had that? I'm looking for that rap song banger though, like that Still Calling. That Come Over, Nipsey. Maybe that's what's lacking from the arsenal, from my perspective. No, like you with a singer and making a staple
That's
song.
Something Mike always tell me. Like he was like, don't sing the hook, let the singer do the hook.
Please.
He be like, you got crazy ideas on hooks and crazy melodies, but like sometimes you gotta just do your rap shit, let the singer do it, do their job. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope that you said that, because my boy Mike, my producer, he always be on me about that for sure. Okay. But you know, the goal is always just to make, you know, just classic music and just stay true. But I was talking about being versatile because it's like when I made Backflip, it wasn't supposed. I wasn't supposed to make that song. I feel like it was a classic. It's a classic and it's a hit. And I feel like it lasts. It stand the test of time. Yeah. But I feel like it wasn't even supposed to be part of my story. But it's part of my energy, and it was something I was feeling that day. So.
It's fun, and
I was about to say it's a fun song.
It's a fun song. Gets the people going.
It's a classic. Like it got that vibe. Like it was big. That bass sound was big at the time. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was loving that bass shit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when Drake made the motto. Like he made all this other music, then he came out of nowhere with the motto. I feel like Backflip was like that. Like I linked up with I Am Sue. I was loving what he was doing at the time. Like Sue was just, I feel like he was like the spearhead of the Bay Area sound and like that whole Bay Area movement. That movement. I feel like the Heartbreak Gang was like, it was killing shit. Like that's my brother. Like respect to Susie. Like I feel like he deserved his flowers too. Like, you know what I'm saying? For sure. And, as a producer, artist, you know what I'm saying? Like I got in the lab with him one day, and keep in mind we was looking for singles, like trying to see what the label was gonna fuck with. Like, you know, I knew what I wanted, but at the same time, when you sign these contracts, you gotta give them a whole, you impressing a whole roster of people, like a whole, you know what I'm saying, staff of people that you gotta be on the same page with. So, you know, we working on different type of songs. You know, I might make some crazy hip hop shit that I know my fans will love, but I'll play it for the label. They'll be like, this shit fire, but we need a hit. Like, we need something
to get new fans. Yeah, not just about your existing fans.
That's another thing they'll say as well. Like, we need new listeners, new people. Like, but it's like sometimes you're assigned to a label and they rocking with your vision. Sometimes you're assigned to a label, they rock with your vision, but it's so much money invested into this situation that everybody's kind of like walking on eggshells, so nobody want to fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So they're not giving the artist that freedom to really just feel comfortable.
And vibe, bro.
And vibe, you know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of pressure on me on and off. Like coming off making customized Great League series and making life changes, like I was in my zone, like in my bag. Then when I'm making Live and Grow, it's like more pressure on me at that point.
For the album.
Yeah, for the album. For the album to, like, you know what I'm saying, make something big or like grow with the sound, which I was making some crazy music. But some of the shit, like I would love take it to the label, have a meeting, and they fucking with it, but they like, you know, we still want to hit. We need something that's going, you know what I'm saying? And I will be having some shit. I have some shit that everybody like, this the one. But then we still waiting on approvals and certain shit. You know what I mean?
So do you miss being signed? It sounds like,
I mean, no, it was dope and it was a good process. I'm not saying it was just a bad process and they wasn't fucking with nothing I was doing. It was just, you know, it was new. It was a new experience, a new thing. Me being 20 years old, 19, 20, 21, it was like a lot to kind of like deal with, or like, you know, a lot to understand at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I came in the game independent, just like doing my own thing, like setting my own rules.
Right.
And to have to like, you know what I'm saying, respect, you know what I'm saying, the business a little more and like respect other people's opinions, like, and like answer to other people. Like, it was like something I had to adapt to, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Especially with creating music. Like, I never thought twice when I made music in high school, like just coming up. It was like, but obviously a lot of people would tell you, like, when you get signed, it turned into a business. Like, it's a music business.
Definitely.
So a lot of pressure was
And you
applied.
competing with the heavyweights too. Like once you get signed, they put you in the same category as the top artist
at the label.
Yeah, for sure.
They looking at you like, okay, we're, you know what I'm saying? We scaping your numbers and looking at your numbers, comparing it to, you know, I got Rick Ross over there. I'm over there with Travis Scott, Future. I'm over there with, like, you know, a lot of dope artists, you know what I'm saying? Right. They had a lot of dope shit going on at the time. And yeah, I'm competing with the heavyweights. And I was ready, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm coming with hot shit. So shit, I get with I Am Sue. And he played this beat. It was like the second beat he played. Okay. We in the studio in North Hollywood. We just linked up. And I'm like, damn, that's it. We just started vibing. So I go in the booth. That song was like 15 minutes. I go in the booth, just catch a little vibe. The last word of my verse was, bet that money, make it do a backflip. And Sue had did another hook at first or something. And I'm like, let me just try something. And then from there, he just ran off that backflip and just made the craziest hook I ever heard. One of the dopest hooks, like, of all time, I feel like. Like, that hook was just crazy. Like, it just caught a crazy, like, energy. Like, it come to LA music and, like, West Coast sound mixed with something new. I feel like it was like the perfect connection from like to like LA and the Bay. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was a West Coast record, definitely. Cause
you know they say LA to the Bay all the time. Like, that shit was always big. Like, I feel like coming out of LA, you gotta make some music for the Bay. Or like,
sure.
It's like, it's
and
vice
versa.
Vice versa. But like that song and that hook and that vibe, them cow stumps and cowbells was like the perfect mixture of like LA and the Bay. And I feel like it was just a magical moment when he did that hook. Cause then after that, I did my second verse. Shit, I was playing that shit on repeat. Like, I was riding in the car, like I just had that shit on repeat. Like,
made one.
Yeah.
Like, damn, like I never had made a song and was just playing it back. Like that shit was infectious. Like, you know, the replay value. Next thing you know, I took it to the label. They wasn't really like super rocking with it, like crazy.
That's because it's West Coast.
And then I dropped it on SoundCloud. You feel me? Like I was just like checking shit out, checking the temperature. Like, let me see what's going on. And like, SoundCloud was big at the time. I was going digital on SoundCloud, like just dropping shit, having fun. Like, so I dropped it on SoundCloud. That shit did like 500,000 plays in like however long, like a couple months. Like, you know what I'm saying? Start catching on. And then
it was at every party. It was burning up
every
party.
Like
really
definitely
catching on in the city. Like DJs playing it, everybody was like, like what's this? Like it started like really catching legs on its own. And then YG and Mustard called me. One day Mustard called me like, bro, he like this shit hard. Keep in mind everything that was on the radio was Mustard at that time.
At the time,
It was nobody.
Happy birthday to Mustard. Today's Mustard birthday.
Happy
birthday to Mustard. Happy birthday, my brother. I was gonna send him a message too. I just saw that, but I had to get over here. But yeah, like he had called me, and he was like, "Bro, this shit fire!" Like, you know what I'm saying? He like for sure. He like salute on that one. Like he like, cause keep in mind I've been knowing Mustard for a minute.
Yeah.
Doing my thing, like dropping music, but then on that one, you know, I was on Catch Up. Yeah. On the Catch Up project, that shit was crazy.
Classic.
Very classic.
When Mustard dropped that, it was like,
when was that again?
My senior year. Don't say my senior year. My senior year.
So he was always, you know, tapped in with me. Like he was always rocking with me. And then when I dropped that, it was like he was like, yeah, you got one. And then I reached out. YG had reached out.
Okay.
I ran into YG at like his video shoot or something. I was out rocking with him. He like, bro, that backflip, that shit crazy. Like it was catching on. I'm like, okay, for sure. And then after that, he like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, do a verse or whatever. He want to do a verse. It wasn't like I had to like ask him or nothing. Like bro was like, I'm trying to jump on that shit. Like,
okay.
So I'm like, for sure, respect. Bro hopped on it, went crazy. I remember the night they called me like, YG just did his verse. I was excited as shit. Like for sure. Like let's go crazy. Once YG did the verse, Actually, that's what happened. The song started catching on, and then the label they tapped in like
They didn't have no shit.
they like yeah, let's get. I think they actually came up with the idea to get a feature, or I was already gonna do that.
Right.
But it was all just happened naturally. Like they tapped in about the song, and YG tapped in. Everybody tapped in at the same time, and then from there, imagine the song being out 3-4 months, and then getting a verse from YG on it,
Yep.
and then
A scorching hot YG.
basically a re-release.
Re-release.
And then it just went digital. It was top 40 urban radio.
Yeah.
It just started going crazy for me. Like my first big video type shit, big budget. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like trying to like go from underground to mainstream, but like I'm trying to keep my same like vibe, but I'm switching it up. Like I'm doing new
Branching out a little
vibes.
bit.
I'm
Right. Well, it
branching
wasn't
out.
no pop shit or nothing. It
Yeah.
was definitely
But
an
it was
organic
different.
record.
Like my boy, I know Tyler the Creator wouldn't. He didn't like when I dropped that shit. Like coming like certain niggas that know me or know my sound, they would be mad. They was mad at me.
Right.
But LA was fucking with me heavy. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The Bay was fucking with me heavy. Like more of the streets. Like I was always rapping for like hip hop. Like like for the city. But like, I wasn't like a street rapper. But like I felt like Backflip was like the first time like. All the hood niggas started tapping.
I had to
like,
give you your props for sure.
Yeah.
They
It's a
started really
banger.
rocking
Banger's
with-
a banger, yeah.
Yeah, like they knew I was dope at rapping, but they never had a song from me that was like something they could really ride to, something they really live with, like live to. And I think Backflip was like a soundtrack to a lot of like LA life. You know
That's
what I'm
the
saying?
perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
Perfect way to put it.
So I'm proud of that joint. Like this shit was crazy, but I think it was definitely different from what like some of my fans was ready for.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by being versatile as an artist. It can hurt. It's a gift and it can hurt you, and it can help you like a motherfucker. But like some artists stick to their sound, like they stay in their like lane or
we
their
know.
box. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely know.
I
That's
don't
why we
like
got
that.
versatility box.
You got it on the you got it on the report card.
Yeah.
See, we talking and I didn't even realize you got it on here. But
Yeah,
nah, 100
versatility is
though.
on there for sure. It's important.
Respect, Brad John. But like that shit big as an artist. But like some artists, I like when they stick to they sound. Like some artists, you don't want to be versatile because you want them to stay.
It worked for
Yeah,
some,
it worked
and
for
not
some.
for and
You,
for
though,
and not
it's
for
you.
all.
You got to be extremely well at what it is that you're doing consistently for me to not want you to branch off and do anything else. You got to be like
100.
almost perfect with
I
it.
come from fucking
Almost perfect.
Listen, like Kanye, my favorite. He always switched that shit up. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little too versatile, if you ask me.
a little too.
Nobody
he
else.
always,
Yeah.
Like,
Go back to the backpack.
I was rocking with it, but I'm like, go back to.
Yeah, go back to the backpack.
But like, I think Backflip and I think Live and Grow when I got with Epic, I was able to show like, he can still, like, he can stay in his lane and do his rap shit, but make hit songs. So I did,
Like an artist, like a
Backflip.
real artist,
I did Tied Up. I did
Dej
Wonderful
Loaf.
with Ty Dolla $ign. You know what I'm saying? We was doing some special songs. I was working with like some dope artists, dope writers that was doing they did the hook for Tied Up. She wrote the helped write the hook with Dej Loaf. Like,
Okay.
Girl TJ. I was working with Detail back then when he was going crazy with Drake
Yeah.
and all the shit. He helped with the Wonderful record. Him and Hit Boy did that record. So I was just doing special joints and like also going back to like work with Mike and Keys and work with like my original sound like producer. So I wanted to like mesh everything together. And I think I was able to do that kind of well on the album. Like it was kind of like a success. Like when I go back and look at it, I'm like, damn, that album was dope. When I dropped it, I was like, man, maybe it could have been better. You know, it was a lot of, criticism on myself or like from people. Like I got a lot of mixed reviews and good reviews. And, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of good reviews and bad sometimes. But like, for me, I wanted it to be better. Like honestly, you know, as an artist, you always gonna be your worst.
That's
critic.
dope to hear you acknowledge that.
Yeah.
To hear an artist, period, acknowledge that this album could have been better.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But it was a learning experience. I had a lot of pressure, like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of frustration, a lot of happy moments, like ups and downs with the whole process. I'm working on it for 3 years. But it was dope, a dope learning experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like dope to add that onto my journey. And just thinking like, man, it's been 5 years. Like that shit dropped in 2015.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Time fly, but I kept dropping, but like that moment was special for me for sure. Like just being able to drop under a major label.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of artists drop albums, they're not able to drop with a major. They drop their
especially from
first
out
album
here.
independently. They're not able to like experience that shit.
Right. Have a
So
budget and stuff.
I was just happy to be able to like experience this shit like and you know, go through that and learn. You know, because I always love being independent. I'm like, I rally for being independent. And like,
I don't.
I was happy being independent. Like back then, like it was the thing to be. Like that shit was cool. Like at that time.
Well, for
like,
your lane, independence works. For backpack rap and for very lyrical content, independence works. For radio artists, if you feel like you make radio music, you make club music, you make those type of records, I feel like you need to sign to a major so that there's some money behind it to push those type of records. But if you make music that got like, you know, some flesh on its bones that sticks with you, I feel like you could be independent because you don't need a lot of money to promote that type of music.
Yeah.
Facts. I definitely.
But you need a lighter?
For sure. Yeah, I don't even know where my shit went.
Keep a lighter.
We talked a lot about songs and how they were created. Now, tell us about your best show, your favorite show that you've done, and then your not so favorite, your worst show you feel like wasn't your best performance or wasn't well put together.
I mean, I think my favorite show was my show at the El Rey Theater with Travis Scott. When me and Travis Scott went on tour, and Kanye West came out. Kanye West came on stage.
To the El Rey?
Yeah, to the El Rey. He came on stage before I went on stage. Like, I was headlining that night. Travis Scott brought him out right before me.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That shit was just like the most surreal shit ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I felt like I made it that night. Like, that shit was crazy. So that was like my most special show like ever. Like that moment, selling out the El Rey, just bringing the whole city out and just like, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing. Then like I've had shows like in St. Louis where it's like I show up and it's like literally 6 people or like, you know, I'm promoting a show or like it's probably bad promoters or whatever the case.
The Boondocks.
I'm pulling up to go pick up, you know, do my thing, go rock with the people, but it probably was a bad show, like bad area. Like I didn't travel far places and did shows, and sometimes it didn't go good. But like that was one time I remember in St. Louis, I pulled up. It was just like really nobody there, but
like you wasting your
every
time.
artist has been through that. Like you ain't
That's
a
an
real
interesting
artist
place
if
to
you
go,
ain't pulled
St.
up.
Louis.
You ain't a real artist. You ain't been through that. Like pulled up and your show wasn't all the way. Like you know what I'm saying? Popping like that or whatever the case was. Like
absolutely. Well, I know you just.
it ain't always the artist's fault. You feel me?
No,
Right, that's why I said it
motion,
wasn't
all
well
that.
put together because it'd be a lot to go into it.
But I know you just dropped your new EP with Mike and Keys, 10 Toes Down.
Yeah, 10 toes down.
With
right now.
the my favorite record on there is obviously Salute.
Salute with Dom.
With Dom.
J305.
J305. I don't know what this chuckle is.
Anything with Dom is a favorite for you.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. That's not true.
He's the biggest ever.
Dom critic.
Yeah, critic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes your biggest fans are your biggest critics.
Everybody
how it
needs
should be.
that, but
Objectivity. But how was that studio session? Because the photographer from the session actually sent me those photos. Like as soon as he took them,
Yeah, I see you.
I was like, oh, I want to wait until he get permission to
Yeah,
post
that was
them.
dope. Yeah, I put up on Dom. He been in his own zone lately. Like he ain't even been doing features for people. So bro always got the door open for me.
Yeah, he always
Whenever
bless
I
you
make
with
that
a
call. We
verse.
made that song actually months ago. We were sitting on it because I was working on an album, like another project that I'm working on with Mike and Keys. But we ended up doing an EP and like taking a few songs off the project and putting it out early. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just like a teaser, appetizer type vibe. So we ended up picking Salute with Dom. I was actually gonna hold on to that, like I wasn't gonna drop it yet. Cause I thought like I wanted to wait and like make it more of a moment with the album. But I'm like, you know, but Mike like, nah, let that shit go right now. You gotta drop. Sometimes you gotta drop some of your hardest shit, like that you had in the tuck or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think that was a special Dom verse. Cause that session you seen the pics from, that was the second session working on that same song.
Oh yeah, I had 2 sessions for the song.
For one song, yeah, we had 2 sessions. It was already done. We had to do another mix on it and do some drops and fix some things with it.
Okay.
But yeah, that was definitely one of my favorites on the project. Shout out Mike and Keys. You know, we've been working for years, like 10 years, 12 years plus. Like since Life Changes, like we've been working. Like damn near right before that, I met them through Scheme back in the day. So we definitely got a special sound together. Everybody been saying we supposed to do a mixtape, do a project together.
Yeah, they executive
Since Life
produced Crenshaw. Correct?
Yeah, they did Crenshaw, they did Victory Lap, they did most of Victory Lap with Nip. Like they was like big executive production on that. And they did Get Home Safely with Dom and shit.
Classics. All
Very,
right.
very classic.
And then they did like 50% of Life Changes for me. So,
Okay.
yeah, it was them, and then I had like 6 other producers.
All right.
But they kind of helped me, like the overall sound, they helped me create that, you know what I'm saying? And so we came with this project. We got an album we working on, and we came with this idea to do an EP. We like, let's name it 10 Toes Down. You know, we feel like that represent like what we on right now. Like, you know what I'm saying, the whole storyline of everything. And you know, I was happy with that. I was happy to drop some music. I ain't really dropped in a few months, so I'm like, it's time to, you know, really make a statement and like show people I'm back, like on that musical, like super like hip hop, like musical shit. Cause you know, we make fun records. You know, I was doing auto tune. I was singing, like melodizing for a minute, like trying different shit.
Yeah.
And having fun with it. But then I've been having an itch to get back like this.
There we go.
Raw,
Back to the
like, you know what I'm
basics.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the basics. Like strip it down a little bit and just get back, just expressing myself like with, you know, nothing else, just straight to the point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me just spitting. And I know that's what people been wanting from me. And my producers been really rallying for me to just stick to that and just stick to my guns. And that's kind of what we did on the EP.
Okay.
You know, just having fun naturally with it. It wasn't like too overthought or nothing. It was just me just listening to the beat and just like, it just start typing, you know what I'm saying? Start writing. So that's why everything just sound natural on there. And I think that's when I make my best music. Just being vulnerable, just, you know, being myself. And that's what 10 Toes Down was. Sunset Marquee Suite is one of my favorite songs on there. I actually recorded that song myself at the Sunset Marquee Hotel. Like,
That's
I
why I
had been
called
in
it
the
that.
hotel for like 5 days. It was just like, you know, chilling out in the summer. And I was recording myself a lot. Like, I had bought a mic and just like got into the craft of engineering. So like a lot of my projects, like Crypto Veggies, I recorded the whole thing, me and my bro Kai. But yeah, that's something I was proud of, like just
There you go.
being able to like put the whole thing together. Like, you know, Micah sent me the beat. He pulled up on me at the room. I got the whole shit set up.
All right.
And this was at a time I wasn't really working with people like that. I was kind of like in my own zone. You know what I'm saying? And then we did the song Sunset Marquee. I was just like adding bars to it in the hotel throughout the week, and just vibing. And then I ended up just calling it Sunset Marquee Suite because I made it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there.
All right.
It just came out natural. And then I was sitting on it for like months, bro. I'm like, this shit fire. Like, so to finally be able to drop the video and then get a response from it, that shit was kind of special to me. Like, the power of music and just like being patient. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you'll be sitting on some shit, you'll be thinking like, damn, ain't nobody gonna hear this shit the way they supposed to hear it. Or I did this shit 8 months ago, like, I waited too long. Or you'll start doubting it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then
after a while.
everything will just work out, you know what I mean? And then they'll hear, you know, the timing will work out. And I think the timing was perfect with the EP. Because I just had dropped the EP, then I dropped a mixtape, Crypto Veggies.
Veggies, yeah.
I feel like it was like, that was dope, but like it kind of went over people's head a little bit. And I think 10 Toes Down was dope, like to get me back, like rolling in my momentum.
Yeah, and to see you with them, and the cover art was dope, the concept was dope, and it does make you want a Cassey Veggies project.
Shout
like
out my dog Draymond. He helped me with that concept on the cover.
for the
He
cover
like,
with
yeah,
the
my
bike,
boy, my
not bike, the
photography, yeah.
fitness bike or whatnot.
Yeah, it was like random. Like, we had the fitness bike at the photo studio. We had booked this Pure Space.
Okay.
And they just happened to have that bike there, and it just the timing and everything just worked out. Like, we had a whole nother cover, and we ended up doing this photo shoot and doing the scene for the video. It really was supposed to be a scene for the video.
Okay.
And then ended up
Became
being
a
the cover.
cover.
Yep.
Dope
Shit
cover.
fire.
That's dope.
Well, 10 Toes Down out on all streaming platforms.
Yep, 10 Toes
Make sure you
Down.
check it out.
Hip hop greatness.
There we go.
West Coast hip hop greatness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Amen.
Yes.
I ain't gonna steal your lighter, man.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we watching one of my lighter. I had my good eye on him the whole time.
I ain't gonna steal your lighter.
Yeah, she
man.
gonna collect it when you're done with it.
Why I gotta be the lighter collector?
Cause he's, you gotta watch him.
Now I gotta put my good eye on both of y'all.
So what do you have coming? What do you have coming coming next?
I'm working on an album with Mike and executive produced by Mike and Keys.
Okay.
A full-length project. And we in talks of doing the deluxe edition for 10 Toes Down, actually,
Okay.
too. So we figuring that out. But I'm actually excited about doing this special edition release for the 10-year anniversary of Life Changes that just passed.
Okay.
So the 10-year anniversary just passed, and I'm planning to do a vinyl physical CD.
There you go.
Merch release. Yeah, so
I like that.
Proud to pay.
Yes.
Proud to
yeah,
pay.
like just some
All right.
special shit for the people, like for the fans that really rock with that project.
Okay.
So that's something I'm excited about doing that.
For sure.
And just dropping this new album, like really dropping the deluxe possibly, and then dropping this new album.
All right,
Yeah,
there
I
we
got
go.
some crazy shit on there, and I got
It's gonna be a great
got
summer.
a lot of shit to get off my chest. Like me dropping a 5-song EP. That's like that's not nearly enough to really like say all the shit that's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the shit I've been feeling. So it's like it's a whole lot left to be said, and like you know what I'm saying. A lot of shit that a lot of inspiration I got left in me that I want to like give off to the world. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm on right now. Like just like focus on being creative, like and just making like legendary shit, like classic shit.
All right, bet.
With the visuals, the music, like it gotta sound like it look, like everything gotta, the whole aesthetic, like everything gotta
You got to flow.
paint that picture.
All right, so it's report card time.
Phew.
My favorite time.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know,
Who don't know? Let's be serious.
I came up with the LA Rap Report card last January 11th. Me and Cassey got into it earlier on Twitter that morning.
It's like a ritual.
Went viral.
It's like a
We're
ritual
viral.
at this point.
Yeah, that's why he's here as our first guest for sure. To jump shit off. It just went viral with so many people with different opinions. Some people supported it. Some people felt I was wrong for critiquing artists. There was this weird stigma in LA that journalists weren't supposed to share their opinion on music. We were just supposed to promote it. We're just supposed to post it. So-and-so has a new song out. So-and-so has a new project. Check it out. We can't tell you how we
Promo
feel about
only.
it. Right.
Got it.
Quote unquote from
Homie
other
told me to tell you, like, yeah, I was finna get on you if shit would have got real.
things happen.
He said, bro, when you get on the interview with bro tomorrow, let him know, like, yeah, bro, if you would have kept talking shit would have got real.
Shit would have just got real. Shit gets real. Shit
It gets real every day around
Right.
here.
Nah, I'm just
But
fucking with you.
the LA Rap Report card definitely opened a lot of doors for me. Changed my life tremendously, and it inspired me to keep going and do other cities. So
Controversy spark greatness for sure.
absolutely, and not
Yeah.
just the controversy. I want people to see the motivational aspect from it as well, because
Yeah.
this has inspired a lot of artists who drop more, from LA to drop music, put out projects. People have used the report card as artwork, cover artwork, Airplane James, different artists like that. It's an artist with a project out called Dear Dejon.
Yeah.
Like it's going crazy. Like literally.
he like.
It's one title like LA
No,
Rap
no,
Report
it was
card.
cool. It was pleasant. X4, who just got a jail drop, Impact 10, because I gave him like a 4 on it. Somebody just dropped a Dan Lay mixtape with the report card on it. So we're getting things like that from the first LA Rap Report card, but doing
Definitely
deep.
shifting the culture a little bit.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
for sure.
I don't like that little bit, but definitely.
No, I'm not saying it like a little bit. I'm giving you your flowers.
There we go.
I ain't throwing no shade, but no, you doing your shit for sure.
Appreciate it,
For
Casey.
sure.
Doing like other cities like Detroit, we did. That was very interesting.
They was going.
Whatever. I know PZ reposted. PZ liked his grade.
Yeah, I know you did.
It was Babyface Ray who had words. But
Don't mess with them out there.
The IE report card, the NorCal / Bay Area report card was a dope one where I got to it with, well, not got to it, but Russ came at me.
Yeah.
And then I called him out his name, and then the next day he apologized.
You need to just relax.
It's
with
been
the
a
name
lot, but
calling.
these
Doing
two
that.
report cards that we're talking about today have been the most sensational. I feel like the Atlanta report card even topped the LA rap one.
I told you
The
that.
response. Like,
Right, viralness and
I
whatnot.
told you.
ain't tell me shit.
I told you this was gonna be the one.
You ain't
I've
telling
been
me shit.
seeing it.
You know what?
But so we're about to go through the Atlanta rap report card and the female rap report card. We're just gonna go through a few of the grades, some of the artists on the Atlanta one: Lil Baby, Future, 21 Savage, Lil Yachty, Playboy Cardi, 2 Chainz, Russ. A lot of people didn't know he was from
no, he's
Atlanta.
from the A either.
Absolutely, he reposted it last night and said that he was gonna hang it on his fridge.
Oh, he reposted it?
Yeah, on Twitter it went viral.
Damn,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
fire. Congrats.
Thank you. So, how do you guys feel about some of the grades? What are some of the biggest concerns? Just
I
going
feel
through
like
it
Lil
off the
Baby
Atlanta.
deserves an A. I don't understand what's
Shit.
going on here. I'm looking at versatility. I think that could be a little higher.
You think you got everybody that's hot, like from Atlanta on here?
No. It's only 27.
No.
So when I did the LA rap report card this year, I did 56 because
It
that's
was front and
hometown.
back.
You might be missing a couple that should be on here, maybe.
Oh, that's gonna happen with every report card. So like I was saying with the LA rap one, the reason I did 56 was I'm trying to set a precedent and show LA media people and LA DJs in particular, when it's hometown, you're supposed to put that extra love on it. So for other cities, I'm only gonna do but so much.
Yeah.
And then for hometown, I'm gonna go above and beyond. And I feel like a lot of our DJs and media people have it backwards. They'll do all this and play the Drake and Future and Gunna and all these different records all day long, make the same Cardi B, but then throw one or two LA rappers in the mix. And so I make it a point to, I'm going to give out of town 27 names and I'm going to give LA rap 56 names.
You put a couple of females on here, but this not like an Atlanta female.
No, we have the female rap report
in
card that
general.
we're going to talk about, but we're talking about the Atlanta one. What are some of your biggest concerns on this one?
Cali, the female?
Correct. So you said Lil Baby should have an A. I feel like Lil Baby had sophomore jinx. His last project was not good. I like California Breeze, and I like the Forever song with Friday. That's about it. I feel like his last album flopped.
Wow.
And it doesn't compare to the classic that is My Turn, which was his debut album in 2020. So he took 3 years, almost 3 years of dropping, and then it's a sophomore jinx, which happens to artists. So that's why he has an 85B. If it was a dope project, he might be at that cusp of an A. But I don't fuck with that sophomore project.
Wow. But the difference between the two is like, you talk about versatility. A lot of them songs on that album was him being more versatile versus what he usually puts out, which is what he's been putting out since the beginning.
Yeah, but there's no like super pop artist on it. There's no rock music on it. There's no like soul sample. So where's this 10 in versatility you're getting from
I didn't say a 10, but you gave him a 7.
A 7 is a good grade for
I
versatility.
feel like overall for his catalog overall, he should definitely deserve more than a 7
No,
because
for Lil Baby?
Because first of all, he does do pop songs. You just don't know about it.
You know, Lil Baby can't do no wrong.
I guess but you know, like,
Don't play with me.
But like Lil Baby, a lot of people say Lil Baby talking about the same shit. Versatility is not just experimenting with different genres. It's your verses. How much do your verses switch up?
I don't feel
and
like
his
he talking
verses
about
are
the same
very
thing, but, you know,
stagnant.
I don't know.
He approaches records all the same. All the same. The 7 is love. I'll leave it
don't
at
like
that.
that.
The 7 is love.
You asked me and I answered.
Just off like just consistency and just staying.
Yeah, just great bodies of work.
Staying relevant.
Being able to hang with East Coast MCs. I feel like he's able to hang on tracks with them. Just all he's accomplished, and the branding of 10 boosted it up too. When you doing all that content he does with Vice and the different shows.
What was your thought process? I hear what you're saying on change. What was your thought process on giving
Let's interview you.
Everybody loves Nudie. All the kids love Nudie. To me, that's not. I'm not gonna be like that's not real music, but it just don't have enough to it. You feel me? Like with artists like that pop up, I be like, ain't nothing to that.
He got like that crowd, certain crowd. He got a big crowd of people.
Absolutely, but ain't nothing to it, and that's how. And to me, that don't say much in this generation. Maybe 15 years ago, having a big fan base meant something. I see people gravitate to bullshit. So when I see people, they sell out all this and XYZ, it's like people go for anything now.
Big records, like especially for the South, maybe if it's not like substantial on the West, he definitely got some big records in the South for sure though, like some classics. For they like.
No, his fan base is going crazy in the post for sure. But he's not no Nas or nothing. Let's relax. Any other concerns before we move on to the female?
My baby go crazy. That nigga, he different. I rock with bro music.
Yeah, I like he is melodic for sure.
He need to drop some more shit for sure. He hard though. Nigga go crazy.
A lot of people didn't like. I know it's cut off on our print. A lot of people didn't like that Young Thug was on. That was the number one thing. Where's Thug? Where's Thug? Clearly across the bottom it says free Young Thug. Free Young Thug. I don't grade incarcerated rappers. I don't grade deceased rappers. It also says R.I.P. Takeoff, R.I.P. Lil Key. Like I try to be respectful to families and stuff like that.
For sure.
Yeah. You don't want to. I just don't want to be insensitive to them type of matters. So I feel like the mature thing to be just say shout them out, but you don't have to grade them.
Yeah.
So I wish people would stop asking.
I can't think of who missing. I can't really think. I know a couple artists might be missing, but I can't really think of who. You definitely like graded a lot of substantial artists out of Atlanta for sure.
Appreciate it. I try to fit as many names on the sheet as possible.
Cardi. You got a nigga Cardi F.
Yeah, I don't like his music. His old stuff is okay, but his newer stuff is just too vamp. It's too obscure for me, for my liking.
His projects with Pierre go crazy.
And that's throwback stuff. You know, so that's 2018 type stuff.
He got some shit though.
You guys ready to talk about female rap report card? Mm-hmm. All right. So the female rap report card, which has still been, I put it out a couple weeks ago. It's been like the barb's still flooding my
as they should.
I was just telling somebody the
Mentions.
females are taking over right now. They taking over the game. Like not taking over, they going crazy. Like,
right, definitely. No, they putting out a lot of music. They putting out videos. They putting
stamping
bags behind them.
They mark right now.
Definitely, it's definitely a new resurgence of female
What's
rap,
her
which
name?
is dope. That's why I dropped this. I always wanted to do ever since I did the LA rap, when I knew I would do a female rap report card. I do want to do like a female rap magazine one day.
It's just one chick, you know, down here that's dope.
Yeah, I'll be
That's going
headlining
crazy
that.
right now.
I bet a lot of people are
Stunner
girl.
Yeah. You could have put
but
Stunner
she's
on
like
there.
from Zeus Network, right?
No, she's actual.
It's a different Stunner girl.
No, that is her, but she got on there after the fact.
Oh, I'm thinking she's like a Zeus Network girl that
Oh,
put
no,
out.
she been rapping.
She getting like respect on the real end. I feel
Yeah,
like,
she been making music before that.
Well, shout out to Stunner Girl. So I graded 27 female artists, including the likes of City Girls, Kamaya, Miss Nicki Minaj, Rico Nasty, Cash Doll, Coi Leray, Cardi, Sweetie, Glorilla, Meg, Doja. List goes on. Lola Brooke, Armani Caesar. That was one of my favorites.
Graded the females hard.
Yeah, I mean, you just said that this
Tell
is
me
their
about
time, it's that era, so of course
You
the
gonna
pressure.
grade 'em hard,
You
huh?
feel me? If you want to have a renaissance, it's like you can't say like if it was Native Tongues time, I'm gonna go hard on the grade for De La Soul or Tribe or you feel me, Moni Love or something like that. If this is your era, if this is your renaissance, I expect you to be. This is the time you're supposed to be putting out the best music of your career. So
Didn't include Megan.
Meg is on there under Glorilla.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan is
It wouldn't have
Oh, you
fit.
put Megan.
It wouldn't have fit.
Yeah, I definitely overlooked the Megan. Like, I didn't know who that
Okay, you
was.
put Megan.
I mean, the stallion wouldn't have fit right there. So the 11 categories,
So who the
12
top rated-
categories
who the
are
top rated?
None
real
of
quick.
them.
The 12 categories are lyricism, fashions, impact, cadence, flow, catalog, consistency, music videos, beat selection, branding, originality, and versatility. This was the first time that I added fashions. The female rap report card was the first time I added that into the mix per request of many people in my comments
Image
and
and
tweets.
all that.
Yeah, it definitely should be a part of it.
Especially in terms of female rap
Because they be dressing.
you know, their image is a big part of their marketing and persona.
Definitely.
The highest score was Nicki Minaj, who scored an 83, which is a B, highest grade on here. A lot of people weren't happy with that 3 in originality. A lot of
Yeah.
people being Briana.
Yep, I'm not feeling it.
And that's that 6 in consistency. She just announced she'll be dropping her first album in 5 years on October 20th.
Nicki?
Yeah, she hasn't put out an album since 2018. So 6 in consistency
Her
is
single
love.
with, she got some shit with Ice Spice.
Listen,
Yeah, she drops singles and they do
Yeah.
well, but for it to go 5 years to be a album maker, she makes solid albums.
she's
to
been being a mom.
Okay, well I can't fit that into a box, so you just put
Hey.
a score 6. How did you feel about Nicki's grade outside of the consistency? What's wrong with the B?
Outside of the consistency, originality is a 3.
Yes.
I don't like
She stole
that.
her whole shit from Kim.
Please.
So not everybody.
Her
Because,
flow is a 5.
yes, I said that on No Jumper.
Yeah,
I said that on No Jumper.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When I read it and then I saw a 5, I stopped looking at the rest of the grades.
That's fine.
Why would you?
Because out of a scale of 1 to 10, I give her flow a 5. I give anybody who raps like that a 5. I don't really like it.
So I have a question.
Kendrick, Eminem, Lil Wayne,
So I
I
have a
don't like
question.
that pattern of rap.
So I have a question. When you grade all of these people, how often do you listen to their music for you to give them a good quality grade?
I have to listen to everything I can digest, everything I can sit through before I just have to cut it off, and then I grade it.
So you listen to it, then grade it. This is not over time. You've listened to these things, and now you putting together
So
an
many
opinion.
artists haven't been out over time to be a.
I'm saying, like, do you listen
but
to
of
these
course,
people?
you have to think that certain artists, yes, but all these artists, no. I'm not a fan of majority of the artists.
So
I
how
grade.
much on average do you listen to of an artist before you give them a grade?
I sit down and I do my assignment. I play as much as I can digest before I want to cut it off, and I assess from that point. And guess whose responsibility that is? That's the artist. You should make music that makes me want to sit here and listen to it all fucking day long.
The question is,
I don't make records.
Listen, the question is on average. No, on average. Give me an average.
Give me a pen and paper if you want average.
Give me like.
So say what you're saying. Don't ask questions. Say what you're saying.
I'm asking you.
Make a declarative statement.
No, I literally just did. I just want to know how much of these people's music do you listen to before you give them a grade? That's
an inquisitive statement. I need to know what's the premise of what are you gonna do with my answers when what I'm saying?
I just want to know, like, how much of their music do you listen to before you put a grade out? Because this clearly is not an overtime grade of
I'm
no
not
type.
fans of most of these artists. I just said that.
Well, I got that part
right.
So,
I listen to as much as I can digest before I make my grade, and I feel like that should suffice. That should suffice. I'm not gonna make my ears bleed or stress myself out listening to something
do that.
I don't want to listen to. I listen to as much as
on average. So a person, let's just say, I can only make it to 6 songs on average from out of these artists that you graded. If I can only make it to 6
songs off an artist, that means I don't like something.
I'm giving you an example.
That means right there that lyricism score or something that maybe the cadence or something to flow.
For an answer I'm looking for.
Okay, so let me answer to them. When I do the Rap Report Card live show on later this month, I won't have an average time to listen to each artist that's going to get on stage and expect a critique from me.
Right.
I have to do it on the spot.
Right.
So if I can do that and turn that into a series, appreciate it, I definitely could take some time to listen to a few projects from these artists and assess how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do I like their cadence.
I see that like a Netflix show or something like.
There we go.
I can see a show out of that.
Appreciate it. Definitely want to take it on the road to do different cities.
I was gonna ask that. What city next you think for you on the report card scale? Like,
they want Memphis and Chicago, so I'm gonna give them that, and then I'm gonna do New York before I have to do LA progress report.
I was thinking you were gonna say Detroit or Florida.
Detroit already came out.
You did the Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit came out around my birthday.
Florida? You ain't did Florida yet.
You know, I want to do Miami and then I want to do Florida rappers.
I do it.
Because I feel like it's two different
you
things.
Did Detroit too. I caught that.
Yeah.
So Miami and Florida. You said you want to do Miami.
I want to do a Miami report card for Miami rappers, and then Florida has like different pockets. Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, like different pockets. So that'd be
dope. That'd be dope.
Appreciate it. It's, again, back to the Nicki grade, and I just want her barbs to understand, like I was saying, that she got a 3 in originality, and just hear me out. It's just my opinion.
Oh, I heard it.
She got a 3 in originality because I feel like she stole or borrowed, whatever word you want to use, from Kim, and other females on the list, excluding maybe Rhapsody, have as well, but at least they brought something new to it. So if I wasn't the first person to do the report card, I said that in several interviews. Kool Moe Dee did it by hand in the 90s. What did I do differently? I made it regional. We're going to do an LA rap report card. We're going to focus on LA rappers. We're going to focus on Detroit rappers. We're going to focus on just female rappers. I brought something new to the critique. Nicki didn't bring anything new to what she got from Kim. She just did it. Versus a Cardi B who was inspired by Kim, but she brought stripper rhetoric to it. She brought stripper aesthetics to it. Kim's not a stripper. You have City Girls who obviously are Little Kim inspired, but they brought the scammer to it. Kim's not a scammer. You get me? You have different female rappers from the South that wear the colorful wigs and do porno rap and the sexy doll rap that Kim brought to the game, but they bring Southern twist to it. Nicki's from New York. She's doing the exact same thing that Kim was doing. It's going pop. Kim did that. Being a female in her crew, Kim did that. All of these things come from Kim, so you're just copying and pasting. You're not mixing something new. It's nothing wrong to be inspired by somebody. I'm inspired by Elliott Wilson. I'm inspired by Maddie C from The Source. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not just going to copy them verbatim. I have to add some Dejon Paul to the mix, and I feel like she's never added anything to the Little Kim formula. She's just executed it and executed it extremely well, but she has not. So originality is going to be a 3. Lyricism a 10, fashions a 10, impact a 10, cadence a 10, catalog a 10, music videos a 10, branding a 10, beat selection a 10. All these other 10s, her fans and you seem to just turn a blind eye to and go straight to this 3
I didn't say that.
And it's like, so y'all really just want to discredit Kim and act like this is not her formula. This is not what she brought to the game. Imagine if you worked hard at something and bring something to a game, and then 10, 15 years later, somebody go and do the exact same thing and don't add nothing to it. You're not going to add anything to it. You don't have nothing to contribute to the pot.
You probably could have gave her a 4 or 5.
For what? Tell me what she deviated from Kim. What's different?
You know what it is? I think it's that voice, that flow she came up with.
What
like
flow?
She's that when she switched her voice and go into that alter ego.
You never heard Undot by Kim? You never heard the Notorious K.I.M. album? She was doing multiple personalities as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on album cuts.
You got him.
You get what I'm saying? Like everything she did, I'm telling you, like her family's like, oh, she went mainstream, she went pop. And I'm like, Kim has a pop Grammy, which is something Nicki was on a rant about last year about not getting.
Kim ain't never rapped like that, like how Nicki has switched her voice up, like how she went crazy on Kanye West. On Monster.
But the possessive like animation is, but that one Missy was also doing that. But more importantly,
Ye said he like, bro, when he heard that verse, like he was like blown away.
That's Dirty from Naked Truth album. That's What's the Word from La Bella Mafia. Like I'm trying to tell you, like she would get possessed on a track, and you'll hear Alter Ego come out. You hear Queen B. You hear Honey Girl. You hear different aspects, and she'll say these names at the beginning of a record. Sometimes
I feel like you right, but I feel like it's not like you're trying to make it the same, but it's not the same. Like, yeah, they both do switch up their flows, they switch up their voices, they have altered personalities, but I don't feel like it's the same in essence of when Kim do it and when Nicki do it. I don't feel like it sound the same. I don't feel like it's the same at all. Like when Nicki do it, it literally sounds like a completely different person. When Kim do it, I know that that's what she's doing. I think that's the difference of making something different and creating.
So you're saying that Nicki is better at executing the animated voice?
I think
however, that still does not contribute to an originality score. Just because you do
okay, so if I do something, yeah, if I can execute it better than you,
that's not originality. Means original. So it goes by precedence. It goes by date. Who did that first? Now, who did it better? Originality is not about who did it better. I think Nas is better than Rakim, but Rakim is the original. You get what I'm saying? It's not about the originality. It's about original.
I think this female one is accurate though. Like just looking at the branding, like to all the elements to an artist's career.
Appreciate
like
it.
just looking at the, you know what I'm saying, from the female's perspective, like I think it's pretty accurate, like how you mapped it out. So
thank you. And Sexy Red was the first one to repost it. Even though she got an F, she still reposted it. She was loving it. She put the Pound Town record on it, and then she dropped the Pound Town 2.
Pound Town 2.
One of the hottest songs out right now.
She don't really have much of a catalog.
But that's not her fault. She still.
I can't write whose fault it is in the box. I just gotta write a score 1 to 10. It don't make anything else. But yeah, let's get to
the question of the day.
Yeah.
Can LA rappers dress?
So Sham 1016, shout out to him. Sham 1016, shout out to him. He's a West Side MC with the Internet Bangers record, Foul Play Project, couple Play Ball record, couple different records out. He made a tweet a couple weeks back and it said, "Can LA rappers really dress?" And that's on the screen right now.
Oh, that's see, where's that?
I hate it here.
Since you want to be funny.
It's gonna be gone by the time you get it back.
Okay, yeah. But I would say some yes, some no. Like,
what's the no?
What did he say?
Can LA rappers dress?
Can LA rappers dress?
Yes.
He said yes and no.
I'm saying some can, some can't. I don't feel like LA is a fashion city. I feel like at any given time when you're out and about, you got to be ready to go to a beach or go to a pool party, you know, anything like that. Be by a pool, you can't have too much on. So this is not New York. This is not like suited and booted 24/7. You'll see some of the flyest people have days where they just have on shorts and a shirt and XYZ. The flyest people, you'll still catch them casual. Versus New York, when it's that season, they buzz down every day.
Every day.
It's not a fashion city, but
we trendsetters though. We definitely trendsetters, but I give like certain like maybe Atlanta, they might have its own dress.
Yeah.
They might have it on the fashion a little bit, but like
Atlanta, New York got it.
Yeah, a lot of they get some of their sauce from us, like, you know what I'm saying. But Nah, they definitely. It depends. Like, but we definitely some of like you said, yes and no.
Who are some of your?
We keep it simple sometimes. Khakis, Dickies, and shit like that.
That's
like,
out though.
Like that's out.
Yeah.
A lot of cross
That's
serve.
out.
Shout out my nigga Desto Dub.
Yeah, shout out Desto Dub. Streetwear is definitely there, but some of the best dressed LA rappers to me, obviously, you got to mention Dom. Yeah. It's very casual and chill,
Very
but
casual,
it's very well
but
put together, and there's intent.
I think that's what is important. It's like it's not what you wear; it's how you put it together.
Right. I like how Blue Bucks Clan dress sometimes. I like it sometimes.
It's the sometimes.
Yeah, no, sometimes it's too toned down, especially for like stage performances. I feel like they'll have one designer, but it'll
he
be.
can tell you how niggas dress. All that.
He got an opinion for everything.
That's what design is.
Can't win with this man.
Yes, you can.
You
Yes,
can't.
you can. Yes, you can. You ain't gonna lose with me. But
that part.
I feel like a lot of Blue Bucks Clan stage fits could be more dramatic because they don't have melody. So you need something to keep my attention at the stage. You're not gonna sing, you're not gonna dance. So at least have on something.
But if one of
more
them bust out a
vibrant.
move,
we know that's not gonna happen. Kaylin is cool. Kaylin for real.
I like the way he dressed.
I like how G Perico dresses very very gangster, but still fly, modern.
Yeah.
And then you have like people who I feel like just aren't good dressers, like maybe like a Kendrick. And then, my guy.
What about YG?
YG and them shoes and them dress shoes.
I'm so sick of them.
You feel me?
Jesus Christ.
What about you? Who are some of your best dressed LA rappers and some of your not so best dressed LA rappers?
Well, I said YG is not my best dress.
Okay. Tiger?
Yeah, please.
I thought you said Tiger.
Why are you thinking? Nobody paid you to think.
Shit.
No, I really love the way Kaylin for dress. Not gonna lie. I'll be trying to figure out.
My nigga be dripping, be having that shit on.
Yeah, like it don't look like a whole lot, but it like the way he put it together or whoever puts it together, it look good. Let me see. Sometimes I like the way RJ dress.
Very on the sometimes.
Sometimes I be like
that means sometimes. I see.
Yeah.
So.
And let his hair be done the right way. Like you got one.
Because I've seen him perform at the observatory. He came out in that fucking clown mask and them boots. Them Rick Owens boots. I'm like, I text him, I'm like, man, Fabio Foreign did his shit at the observatory.
Fabio came out.
Oh,
Fabio
God.
Mr. LA.
Be quiet.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember me and RJ was shooting a video. He like, yeah, bro, I gotta go get my clothes. I gotta change my outfit, bro. Like, bro, serious about his
But yeah,
drip.
he takes
definitely.
it very
He's
serious.
serious about his drip. My nigga gonna put that shit on too.
Yeah, I like the way he dressed. Worst dress aside from
Shout out
YG.
my dog.
I think Kendrick, minus his Met Gala outfit, the Chanel suit he wore to the Met Gala was
very nice.
The bullshit he had on at the Grammys where he was looking like an African insurance salesman with the cap and the windbreaker,
He was looking like a
but
what?
dress, a tie, and
He was looking like a what?
boots. Like an
Kendrick
African
Kendrick
insurance.
Sometimes he has some cool fish
Yeah,
on though.
it was like a Rosalind's. You ever been to Rosalind's?
Yeah.
In Little Ethiopia. That's how they dress it there. That's how they be dressed. That's how they be dressed in there. It's all right.
I can't.
I won't get you in no trouble. I won't ask you that question. Yeah, that's too political. Let's talk about some music. We got Teeflii, Dom Kennedy snippet. We're gonna play just a little bit of it on the screen.
Women with a passion, easy to spot. I'm in a royal blue jacket. I'm high fashion, I like action. I'm what's up right now, not a has been. Where your boyfriend? What can I slide in? Baby can't claim me if she not a 10. I'm an underground king like MC. Live from the stripper ball at ALD.
Dom first announced that they'd be doing a joint project back in 2021 on Bootleg Calf. So I've been waiting for about 2 years, sitting here patiently.
He said he gonna get enough for talking about me on Twitter. I got something for him.
Oh, that's how he whoops me. Just don't drop music. Yeah, that definitely scratches me out.
I might have recorded a verse for that project.
Oh, you might be on there.
I might have recorded a verse. I don't fully remember.
That's dope. Well, one long overdue. They have phenomenal records together. They did drop an EP some years called Teeflii.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about them working together? I don't know. We don't have a title yet or nothing, but we have an album coming. How do you feel about it?
I'm excited. It's gonna make me feel like, when I was graduating high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out my brother Teeflii.
I feel like Teeflii is timeless.
Okay.
I don't think he could do no wrong in my eyes.
I don't think he knows how timeless. And
Yeah, I agree.
We definitely want to hear some new Teeflii.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm as excited as you are for Dom. I'm more excited about Teeflii. Not gonna lie.
So I have a bet with my best friend. We have $100 bet when Dom drops his next project. If it's like thumbs down, I get $100. If it's thumbs up, he gets $100.
Who's giving the thumbs up and down?
Okay, if it's who's the judge? We're honest with each other.
Oh, okay,
if it's
okay,
fire,
cool.
which
All
I'm
right,
hoping
cool.
is fire.
Okay.
If it's fire, he'll definitely, I'll be honest about it.
All right.
But hopefully it is. I don't know when it's coming, but we saw them shoot a music video recently
So
together.
it's coming.
So it is coming. He played a snippet. The snippet was fire. I'm excited. I love these two working together.
Thanks.
Lambo Foe out of Watts, Mr. Self-Esteem, Kisses for Me, Mr. Tada, Mr. Keep Going.
He on a little roll.
Yeah, he's on the Fast 10 or Fast, whatever the latest Fast and Furious movie. He's on that soundtrack.
Yeah.
With a song with YG. He signed the APG Artist Partners Group. And he has this
I
new.
heard about him a couple of times for sure.
Yes, so he has this new video out called Body Like a Dancer, rap song record. How did you feel about it? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I like it. I don't think the past few things he put out, I don't think it's been a miss for me.
Okay, no, he doesn't put out bad music.
No, he definitely has changed a little bit, but I still like it.
Yeah, I'm giving him time to get more comfortable in his artistry. But he is dropping Lambo Baby sometime this week, which is like his debut mixtape. He's only put out
June
EPs.
is on fire.
We'll see. It is summertime. We still looking for that summer banger, so hopefully that's on there. Supposedly, Lil Baby is on his Self-Esteem remix because NLE Chopper's on the original.
Yep.
So I can't wait to hear the Lil Baby verse. So we'll see when that drops.
You got a comment?
Watts.
Okay, for sure.
Out of Watts.
Shout out to Watts.
Yep, and then we got AZ.
We need that new energy out here.
For sure. And he's one of those young gunners that definitely don't sound like a typical LA artist, for better or worse, however you take that. AZ Chike has a new single and video. No, video's not out yet, but a single out produced by Usli, Polyboy, Drunk Horny Text, Fire Records, Summer Vibe. One of the most different records Chike has ever made.
I love it.
Thumbs up?
Two thumbs up. I love it.
Man, yeah.
I don't want to be biased, but I really like it. It's different.
Yeah.
It's not fast, upbeat.
Ratchet, right.
It's not
chill.
the traffic.
No.
But it's real.
No, it's not traffic rap.
Yeah, but it's real chill. Definitely adding to the summer playlist.
For sure. I mean, Usli just brings that warm vibe. He makes that smoker type of music like Wiz Khalifa, Currency, Early Dawn, Larry June type of vibe, warm sunshine music.
These go crazy for sure.
So to hear him pair with AZ Chike, who's always rapping over mechanical beats, I'm just happy he's away from Fort Woe. I'm on record with saying I want AZ Chike to block Fort Woe. Shout out to Fort Woe. Chike should block his number. I never want to hear them work together again. It's too mechanical. It's too industrial. Sounds like it's made in a factory. And I want to hear the sunshine. I want to hear the ocean. I want to hear palm trees and stuff in the music. All right, so we're about to play a Dan Lake classic. I played this on the timeline and cashed out people $100 if they
Cash
won.
Apping us?
No, I'm not cashing apping you guys, but we are going to play the drawing game where we have 60 seconds to draw some of our favorite LA rappers. Production's going to yell out an LA rapper's name. We have 60 seconds to draw. So let me get my color pencils ready. And just yell out who we supposed to draw. Who's up first?
Blueface.
Ha! Funny. Where's my yellow crayon? Draw. The best Blueface can draw. I'm thinking about that.
Okay. I know what I'm gonna do.
All right. He really got them pregnant women. He paid $1,500 each to make his video. Which is a fair rate. Yeah, 4 hours work. Yeah. You know, I'm a school teacher.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's gonna be funny. Your trick. All right. Shoot. Okay. Show the camera, Cassey.
All right.
Blueface. Cassey cheating.
Hold on,
That's enough.
You
cheated.
Stop.
All right, look, I'm gonna tell y'all why I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we don't need a
I did the chain, the neck chain on him.
Oh, that's crazy. I did too.
I did the neck chain on my dog.
Let me see yours. Why is y'all so small? I drew mine out.
You what?
Let me see.
Drew's mine out.
Hey, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Blueface,
That's
baby.
actually, that's
Yeah,
hard.
that's what they say. Yeah, I
He's stupid.
A nigga actually know how to draw. That's why you want to play this game.
I definitely know that. It's a stick figure, nigga, but okay.
No, that shit was actually straight.
Who won?
Oh, yeah. We'll let the fans decide. Hold them up real quick. Let us know in the comments who had the best drawing. Obviously, me.
Check me out.
Me, clearly.
Yeah. All right, bet. All right, who's our second LA rapper we got to draw? Cool.
Oh, man, my nigga Zoe. Cool.
Still no underrated remix. Been a year. But
He said draw. You know.
Bullshit for this drawing.
pretty nice, Brie. Is it time? Show the cameras. Oh, that's dope. Breeze is dope. Let's see, Cassey. They draw so small. Is that a middle finger? Is that a middle finger with him on the?
I'm trying to have him throwing up the west side.
Let me
I
see.
tried with mine.
Trying to have him throwing
What
up
is that?
west
The
side.
SpongeBob glove on his head?
No, it's accurate though.
Oh, God. All
I won once again.
Yeah, I don't
Yes,
know.
I'm
mine.
underrated.
Let us know in the
Man.
comments, please, who won. Most likely to be me.
Me, of course.
For sure. All right, let's do one more.
That's funny as shit. That's funny.
Is it the
Who's our
kisses
last
for me?
LA rapper to draw?
I might as well keep these, man. I should sign these, y'all, man.
Yeah, we gonna frame them.
Yeah.
Cassey Veggies.
Yeah. Young
man.
Veggies, huh?
Oh man.
Oh, man.
I was like, you finna write it on a video.
Shit, you scared the fuck
What?
out of me. I ain't getting no arms. All right, show the camera, y'all. I tried to do the peas and carrots. They ain't have enough time. Oh, hers is dope. That's funny.
With the glasses.
Yeah, oh,
With the
God.
glasses.
Let me see yours, Casey. How do you draw yourself?
Carrot shirt on.
I was drawing a piece of carrot shirt.
Yep, I got the fancy ITL.
Please let us know who had the best
You
Cassey
did.
Veggies drawing for
I'm a
sure.
little rusty on my drawing right now. I got to get back on it.
But that was dope. That was another version of the drawing game with LA rappers. It's been a dope episode. We've been talking to you about the report cards and Casey's career and this platform. I'm looking forward to another season of the podcast with Bree, interviewing dope LA rap artists, LA rap producers, entrepreneurs,
Yes.
models, chefs. We're gonna be mixing up a little bit, but we're gonna keep talking about
Anything
music.
LA.
Anything LA, but we're gonna keep talking about music on here. And we'll see you guys next week.
See you.
Thank you.
Don't try to steal.